David De Gea, 7 shots on target.
He's looking like he's trying to wing this one into the top.
Go!
Oh, he's laid it to him.
Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the Final Third. So we're back with a Premier League Game Week 1 preview.
We're back, people. Can we get...
Do you know what that looks like? Have you seen that meme yet of when they say Caribbean's trying to dance Afrobeats? That's what it looks like.
Nah, I stopped dancing once I got big, man. That's what I got.
That got hedge, innit?
No, I know. I just had to... Anyways.
Well, you don't think he's hedge? Ask him to scratch his back. He can't scratch his back. That's a sign of a henchman. No, everybody's like, help me scratch
That's
this.
a good one.
Scratch your back, bro. Scratch your back. Help me scratch this guy.
I promise you, I've never asked Chef to help me scratch my back. I've never once.
Hey, I'm never going to let that one go.
Oh, my God.
With the Premier League coming back very, very soon, we're going to start off with Friday's game. Burnley versus Man City. How confident are we that...
Would you call it like apprentice versus... Like, what is it? Are they trying to build it up like that? Company versus Pep, like apprentice versus...
Yeah, my first question is like, how do you think Company's going to like keep up with Burnley? Like,
maybe it might be 4. Maybe it might be 4.
It's that tough more, innit?
Might be 4 this time instead of 6.
It's 1-0 Burnley. It's 1-0 Burnley.
Seriously?
1-0 Burnley. Man City aren't ready for the Premier League this season.
You think they're you think they're still on that bender?
Yeah, nah. Since it's just been mishmash. They're trying to get in Guavador like last minute, last balls.
Remember when Liverpool won the league? Yeah,
I remember.
And them last 4 games.
They just lost.
Trent was coming in all waving.
That everybody was waving.
Yeah.
You're saying Man City is still on the bender for like 3 months.
Still on the bender, bro.
Nah, I feel like I hear what you're saying in terms of they've done their business late, which is very unlike them.
I think they've been quiet.
And they've stalled,
quiet.
which is unlike them in terms of their business. But I still think Burnley's holding their traditional 5 against Man City.
Nah, this is a new... If it was Sean Dyche's Burnley, I would have trusted them to roll over. It's a black man's Burnley now.
But it was Thingy Jack, wasn't it?
Michael Jackson.
Mike Jack.
Still bringing that into the season.
So, but that last time that they held. But now I feel like Burnley's going to lose probably 5-0.
I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley. I don't know why. Sometimes you just get that... You get it.
To be fair, if you get a result against City, it's normally earlier this season.
Since we jumped into prediction, what would you predict?
5-0 to Man City.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's something.
Friday night. You think Friday night?
James Trafford, Manchester City legend, going up against his old team. He's just Man City legend. You know, they see what he did at the under-21s.
Yes, we saw.
Yeah, legend, bro.
But
legend.
are we
legend.
Are we you're 1-0.
I'm going 1-0.
Okay.
I'm going 1-0.
Fair
Company
play.
got something for.
I do. What you did say about Man City not being ready is interesting though, because I feel like that is what is being portrayed. Maybe because you're not hearing as much news about their transfer activity
it's quiet. That's what people think, they're not ready.
And I don't think their pre-season's really been spoken about that much. They played Bayern Munich.
No fans.
But nobody, no fans to talk about. Fair play.
You got Arsenal fans, United fans, Chelsea fans all staying up.
Madness.
I saw them lot stay. I woke up, I saw people like making troll comps at like 3:30 a.m. I was just like, yeah, this is dedication. You don't woke up.
I slept. There was no way I was staying up to watch the Arsenal game at, what was it, 3?
That's what I'm saying. There was
3:30. Nah.
Chelsea fans have stayed up to watch Arsenal. To watch Arsenal and United matches to hate on Mount and Happy. All of like, they don't want them to do well so
bad. Yeah, because they want it to be worthwhile. 5-0 to Man City.
Okay. Moving on to Saturday games. We're going to start with Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest.
At Emirates?
I feel like, this is like, gives me like PTSD.
That's the 5-0. No, sorry, that's the 5-0. That's the 5-0.
To who?
It's at the Emirates. It's to Arsenal.
Okay. No, I was just making sure because,
I
said, PTSD from last year, it's just...
If it was City ground...
It's a bit like, woo.
If it was City ground, I could calmly see Nottingham Forest winning, but that big ass pitch, like Arsenal just popping about, that's a calm way to start the season. Calm 5-0. Easy 5-0.
As an Arsenal fan, what are your expectations for the season?
We got to win that league, man. Got to win that league. We got to win the league.
Talk about it.
No, the thing about me is I stand up on mine. Like
this is the one season we've been open, bro. Yeah. Like we said what we said.
One thing you
and
love
backed it up every single time.
I'm tired of this echo.
They're gonna get onto me now.
Stop echoing my speech. We've got the mic. I don't need an echo every time.
Trust me, you do, bro.
need a
I don't need an
I
echo.
promise you.
Right, so
sometimes
I'm gonna
you
let you go,
No,
and then
go.
after I'll speak.
Go. It's your club. They ask you, what do you think Arsenal are gonna do as your club?
You just can't. 3 seconds. You need to keep them. 3 seconds. I feel like
Don't worry, I got
we need the league this season. We need a big trophy if it's not the league. So the only big trophy left is the CL. But I'll rather it's the Premier League. Sorry.
I'm
How was
sorry.
you laughing?
Because we're not ready for that trophy.
No, but I'm
so
thinking.
sorry.
I'm thinking.
People think we are, but we're not.
No, I don't think we'll win it.
Quite scary.
I don't think we'll win it. I don't think
we're ready for the competition in general.
I feel
That's
like
PTSD though. That's just you.
No.
That's you going back to the last time you was there with Arsenal and just like.
But who said that? I didn't even say
That's why it's
I
out in
didn't even say-
PTSD. You lot a good team now. You lot should be ready. Like, why are you not ready? You lot should be ready.
you lot were a good team and you've never been ready. You're still full to
never-
Europa.
okay, cool.
So let's not.
I mean,
so
Ooh,
stop
what
trying to-
does that have to do with
That's what I'm
anything?
saying.
I mean, I
No,
didn't
because
go
you
there.
That's what I
talk
mean.
about- you
I
talk
didn't-
about
I
being a
didn't
good
go
team.
With
there.
Arsenal fans, when in doubt, roll it onto
I didn't
Manchester
even go
United.
there, like, I was
Roll
just
it
letting
on,
talk.
roll
There's one
it
thing Grant's
onto
not gonna let you do is
Manchester
talk.
United. Roll it onto Manchester United. I'm talking about Arsenal. You like this isn't 2017 no more when you lot go up against Bayern Munich. You lot beat Bayern Munich to Declan Rice. You're big fish now. The big
You're not
fish.
comparing preseason to the.
No. As in like, I'm too sure when Declan Rice at Bayern Munich, he chose Arsenal. You're a big fish.
Anyway,
Are you still
so
walking
I
into
feel
the
like
Champions League scared?
no one's scared.
Don't be scared.
No one's scared. But the difference between us and where you're coming from, so you, Man United, is that we're quite realistic in our expectations. You guys,
Not realistic.
You guys are quite amped up, and then you end up in the Europa every year. So
I can't
back to what I'm saying.
I can't go into no more
back,
seasons.
back to what I'm
not amped up.
saying. Back to what I was saying. We need. You said what our expectations. We need the league, and then it would be nice to get one of them little desserts on the top, whether it's going to be FA Cup or calamari, what they won the other day. That would do. Anything plus that, it's a bonus. Anything underneath the Prem is not good enough for me, to be honest.
Reggie's
Do Arsenal have enough depth to compete on all fronts?
more than
to
enough.
anybody.
More than enough depth.
No.
More than enough depth.
Where do you
Stop it.
think we're lacking, or where do you think we could still add?
Up front.
Stop it. Stop it.
I would disagree.
Balogun,
Not
Nketiah.
playing.
I would disagree.
Huh?
He's
not playing.
gonna have
Why is he
to.
not playing? You're not
He's
going
not
to say.
gonna play.
Gabriel Jesus
He's
is
not
out for the
going to-
first.
he's not
Gabriel
going to
Jesus is
play.
out for the first couple of weeks.
And he
You're not
wasn't
going to
even
sell.
okay. So Gabriel Jesus was out.
Yeah.
He's gonna
So
have
why
to.
isn't Balogun at least on the bench?
You,
That's what I
but
asked.
you're not going to sell a striker while you've got one injured. That's
Yeah.
what. That's
I just
my
don't
thing.
think. I didn't say he's just not going to play.
I think this is his chance.
I thought this is his chance, but he wasn't on the bench.
But he's only just
Yeah, but
like the news broke
the
quickly.
news broke on the day.
Exactly.
It broke
Oh,
on the
okay.
day.
So was he
of-
not in the stadium? Then he couldn't get on the bench.
But-
He didn't play in the whole American tour when he's Mr. America. He didn't play.
But my point is, you don't know that the season hasn't started.
Circumstances
So-
change. Like this.
And
could
then
look-
secondly, having those two as your strikers is not good enough to compete on all fronts. That as well. So whether you have Flo and
But loads of people
and
said that with Nketiah, and
whether you
he's
have
still-
Flo and Nketiah and Flo, having them two as your going into the start of the season ain't enough to
bro,
compete
that's
on
cap.
all four.
That's cap. Come on
It
now,
is,
man.
it is,
That's
it
not-
is. You know what?
Wait,
It's
so
not
is Gabriel
cap.
Jesus good enough to be the first striker?
Yeah, but
So
you see
how the
why-
hell is a
so-
striker that scored 22 goals ish not good enough to be
but
the
you
backup?
you can't say that's not cap because you're the same person when it refers to your team. You're like, oh,
Bring
well,
it
we
back to United.
yeah because
Talk about Arsenal.
No, I'm talking about Arsenal, and I'm
talk
using-
about
and I'm
Arsenal in
using-
the framework of
I'm using-
Arsenal.
and I'm using-
Forget about United. Forget about
You know,
United.
why I can't-
Forget
why I
about
can't
United. Forget about United. Pretend we're not even here. Pretend it's just this club on your shirt.
Why I
It's-
can't
pretend it's
forget?
just-
Why I
pretend it's
can't
just
stop
this.
touching me? Why I can't say forget about United is because the same things I say, what you're saying to me, when I hold you to those parameters,
So
you move the
give an
goalpost.
example. Give an example.
The example is, we only have however we have Sancho, we have Varane, we have this player, we still have weak fullbacks, we still have weakness in this position. We don't have strength all around. And we always say to you, no one has a fully complete squad except from City, but they still compete. When Liverpool competed, their midfield wasn't peak, but they made it work. So you now saying
You're talking about squad. I was literally talking. When you talk about the likes of Sancho, these lot haven't even been played. Haven't for the most part, been playing good enough to be in the first 11. So if you're talking about squad, you said Gabriel Jesus is good enough to be your main striker. How the hell is Balogun not good enough to be a backup? He's literally scored 20 plus goals in the.
Yeah, but you're starting the
One.
season with 2 backups, and for me, what I'm worried now, I feel like Jesus might be injury prone. So
That means
you're
you've
not
got
able to compete.
That means you've got a 20 goal striker to literally step in. You've got a 20 goal striker to step in.
But we're saying the same thing because what did I say from start? I don't think Arteta's going to play him.
Okay, cool.
He's not first choice. Sorry, he's not first choice backup. He's not second choice. So he's not going to play. So stop saying we have a 20 goal striker because he's not going to play.
Like, he's got a chance to prove himself though. Like,
what other proof? The proof is what you're quoting. The proof is what you're quoting, and he's still not playing.
Gabriel Jesus was always the first choice striker for
you said he's got chance to prove. You said he's got chance to prove.
That first choice striker is injured. It's up to Nketiah and Balogun.
It's up to Nketiah. Balogun's not getting a look in.
Where?
You said it's his chance to prove, right? He went, and the 20 goals in which you're quoting is the proof, and he's not playing. And he doesn't, like, he has. That's
because you was ready to sell him because he wants to be first choice. Now if
he plays, I'll be happy. Cool. It's not like I don't want him to play, but I just don't think that's strong enough.
I just think we can't
compete on all fronts.
In terms of depth, I don't see why you can't. Like, is there what other position?
Because for me, I don't do that in compete.
Yeah,
words.
so
can you win in all fronts?
Apart from
we can't.
A forward, what other position?
No, I feel that's the main one for me.
That's the
main one.
I still think we can compete then.
I don't think we can compete in all fronts.
Bro, what are you being so scared about?
I'm not scared.
That's scared. That's scary.
If you have named
you can't say someone's scared if they already. You can't say someone's scared if they say they want to win the Prem.
You have literally built. We go through your squad. Ramsdale.
Yeah, if you have said every other different positions, I understand. But you're just naming up front. I don't think
one position.
That's one of the most important positions on the pitch.
But you've literally got your first choice striker, and then you've got two. And then you've got two very good backups.
But then you still the majority of the season without your first choice.
And stop acting as if Nketiah is a scrub as well. Like he's not like he's good enough.
He's not. He's a first choice striker.
He's good enough to hold the fort.
Yeah.
He's good enough to hold the fort.
How long? If you're always holding the fort, you're the main striker.
Literally, when Gabriel Jesus was injured last season, he held the fort well enough.
That's my point. You just can't use a striker as we're not competitive.
First and foremost, about holding the fort. Depth. Okay, first and foremost, about holding the fort. If you're always holding the fort, you're the main striker.
But he's not always holding the fort, though.
It's coming. It's gonna. I feel like it is. I feel like it's gonna be. I'm worried it's gonna be that.
We'll see if it
gets.
So
I don't feel like Jesus is gonna be able to give us a full season of just.
Maybe he will.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe he will.
Secondly, you lot saying it's just one position. That's the most important. One of the most important positions on the pitch.
It is.
And I don't feel like if our strength is not even strike in the first place, and for that to now be chopped in half with getting Gabriel Jesus out and having them two lead the line where Arteta doesn't even want to start the person who's most informed is a worry to me. Also, I was going to say, Saka, there's no one to back him up on the right wing. But then that wasn't a worry
last season. That's what I'm confused about.
No, but we weren't competing in all 4 fronts last season. And we still fell short.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I'm not scared because I said we'll win the Prem. So stop trying to say someone's scared.
It sounds scary,
and to me, I don't. That compete word don't make no sense to me. Are we going to win in all 4 fronts? No, we're not.
Wait.
I don't compete. Well, it doesn't matter if you compete. No one remembers the second place.
I think the squad that you have right now, you've got no reason not to compete. Like as we said, all you can do is compete, as in give yourself a chance. Your squad allows you to have a chance in both.
What does that mean?
It allows you to have a chance.
Liverpool competed on 4 fronts and they still got laughed at. Compete doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something.
Can you win on all 4 fronts?
Unless your squad is good.
Can't.
Unless your squad is good enough to be in that picture, it's not going to be in that picture.
No, we can't. Okay, no.
As you said, Liverpool got to the stage where they was competing on all 4 fronts, ended up with 2.
And they got laughed at, so no.
It doesn't matter if they got laughed at.
Yeah,
they were
so
there.
Don't ask me about competing because no. The answer's no.
They were there.
The answer's no.
The answer is no for no reason.
Moving
on. It doesn't feel like there's a reason for it to be no. Your squad is good enough to compete.
I'll throw this to you, Banks. Expectations for Nottingham Forest this season?
Top 13. I'll be happy. Top 13 is calm. You don't just jump from barely avoiding relegation to top half. You got to make jumps. So top 13, a striker or a player that gets 12 goals in the Premier League would be ideal minimum. And yeah, just building on the Cooper ball that I loved and that I grew up and loved in the Championship. It's just that's the main thing. I'll take that. Top 13. I'll take that.
Shem. Okay, predictions for the game.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go 5-0, man. Pitch is too big.
5-0's a big.
Maybe 3-1 Arsenal.
Okay, fairs. A few games we're just gonna go through and just give me your predictions. Bournemouth, West Ham.
Bournemouth 2-0. Bournemouth 2-0, yeah. West Ham
1-1.
1-1.
Get busy.
You think West Ham still waved?
Yeah, they're definitely still waved. Sullivan hasn't come off the party bus, man.
Still on the bender.
It's literally just him on the party bus left. Man, go do some transfers, my boy.
Brighton and Luton Town.
Ooh.
Like the Amex.
Get that welcome to the Zerby ball. That might be 7. That's your welcome to the league, bro. Hey,
welcome.
You ever need an introduction to the league? I don't want it to be the Zerby, fam.
Welcome to the Premier League.
These are gonna try press the centre
Yeah,
back.
they're gonna lose 5-1 or something.
They're gonna try press the centre back thinking, yeah, it's all cool. Oh my god, I can make
Carlton
that.
Morris
Boom,
get a
boom,
goal.
boom.
Carlton Morris get a goal. They'll lose 5-1.
Everton Fulham.
Oh,
1-1.
yuck.
Disgusting.
1-1.
1-0 Fulham.
Road to 40 points for Everton, man. That's all you need to think about. Just road to 40 points.
Coming like Chelsea last season.
Just 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time.
1 foot in front of the other.
Literally.
Sheffield versus Palace.
Oh. Let's go Palace, man.
Palace
Palace
2-0.
2-0.
Palace.
Yeah, Palace 2-0,
know
man.
why
I
I
told
asked
you,
you.
if my stocks are going to get off to a good start, I need Eze to bang from the jump.
Sheffield. Paul Hickenbottom, innit? 1-0.
1-0 Sheffield.
Yeah.
Damn.
Roy's getting gone. Get Roy out of there. Get him out of there. Go.
We're going to dive into Newcastle versus Aston Villa.
Ooh.
Both teams were high achievers last season. Do you think they can do it again?
Yeah, they'll be in and about the picture.
Both
Newcastle.
teams.
I'm quite worried about Eddie Howe.
Really?
I feel like if it gets ropey with Newcastle, they'll run out of favour with Eddie Howe. If they're 10th in January, they're in trouble.
10th?
His job is in trouble.
Who did it? They signed somebody today, or they're on the verge of signing
Livermento.
Livermento.
If he's 10th or something in January or not close to that, like they're in trouble or he's in trouble more so. So I don't know with
Villa.
with Villa. No, with Villa I know like they'll be good for it in the
But Newcastle's a bit.
in Europe because of Emery. But Newcastle, I'm not sure. Like I feel like Villa's more tried and proven with their manager, but Eddie Howe playing on all 4 fronts now. And not that they overachieved, but they achieved ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like they're where they plan to be, but they're a little bit too early. And I feel like Eddie Howe might fall victim to that.
I can't lie. I think I'm more worried for Aston Villa compared to like they're building a nice squad
Of midfielders,
of Aston Villa.
of central midfielders.
Jacob Ramsey, McGinn.
They have like 8
Luis,
central midfielders.
Kamara,
Tielemans.
Jesus Christ. Gonna see Tielemans playing left wing, fam.
So many midfielders,
But for me, I think, especially what I've seen from Emery in the past, I think he's gonna do well in the Conference League because Europa's is like bread and butter. But whenever I've seen him do well in the in European
league
competition,
form suffers.
it's at the detriment of the league form. So I think Villa may suffer in the league compared to Newcastle. That they're still gonna. I think they're gonna do well in conference, but their league form under Emery, whenever he does well in the European competition, tends to falter. But again, it's kind of like West Ham, bro. When the last time Aston Villa have done well in a European competition, if he takes them the distance, or even takes them a long way, there's no way they'll sack him.
Yeah.
The ride will be too good. Like sometimes the journey, even if you know you're just riding into flipping custom house or something, if the journey's fun and like everyone's vibing, you're gonna
Custom house.
bro. You're gonna vibe. It's until you get to custom. Oh shit! Lock the door. Lock it.
Predictions?
I'm gonna go
2-1 Villa.
2-2.
2-1 Villa.
Where is that? St James's Park.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Ooh,
2-2.
no.
Yeah. It's home for Newcastle.
2-2.
Yeah, nah, they're
gonna
not
be a
winning.
fun
They're
game.
not winning at
I don't think
Newcastle.
they're winning
2-0
there,
at
no.
Newcastle.
It's gonna be
Not
a
the
fun
opening game anyway.
Yeah, not opening game.
Sunday games, Brentford versus Spurs. How will Brentford cope without Tony for half of the season?
They'll do him.
Thomas Frank is in.
Do him.
They'll
Thomas
do him.
Frank
What?
is-
Where we at? Community Centre.
Call it the Community Centre. We're not bringing Community Centre into the new season.
Yeah,
fam.
so Brentford.
Brentford, yeah? That's what it is called.
Stop calling it
Yeah,
Community
but
Centre.
wait.
All right. Brentford, in terms of how are they going to cope without Tony?
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine. I feel they'll be fine. In terms of Brentford now, they want to cement their just status in the Premier League, and they'll do that even if they come 16th. They won't be that low because there's at least 5 teams worse than them if they play to their capabilities, and Thomas Frank is a good coach. Also, I feel like even when Tony does come back in January, I feel like he's got a vengeance. He's got a bit of a mean streak in him.
Yeah.
He's not going to come back and be sluggish. So he's in the
been
chamber
ready,
right now,
yeah.
just staying ready. But I feel like Brentford have enough of a system to not be in any form of relegation battle. But I feel they'll just be proper mid-table,
Float,
like 11th, 9th.
What do you think about Tony's ban? I don't think we've got to talk about on tier 3 yet.
I feel like it is obviously he should be banned because that's a madness. But moreover, he does need help because betting that much, that regularly,
it's crazy.
Is mad.
It's wild.
It's very mad to be a Prem baller and be betting that much so overtly as well.
I think,
or to be a professional footballer. He wasn't Prem then, and to be betting so overtly as well. Clearly addicted to it.
I think I saw like I think he talked in the kick game with Craig Mitch, and he just said it's a lot more widespread than people think. And I think like you give footballers that much money, that much free time, that much like they're gonna need to.
There's a lot of free time that's unaccounted for as footballers.
They're gonna do something with that time.
No one ever talks about that.
And the fact that you talked about as well in terms of like bettings everywhere in football, like it's on your shirts, it's like offers are sent to you every like it makes sense the fact that we on a normal day like there's no reason why a footballer wouldn't bet on a game the same way like we might bet on a game. And obviously like I think obviously you're right, the fact that he was betting, it's the rules in it. You're gonna get done, but I definitely think like there needs to be more of a conversation. It needs to be like actually thought about like how the hell are you gonna keep punishing players for betting when it's right in front of them and like it's on their shirts to bet. It's all around the stadium.
Exactly.
It's probably I'm sure there's booths and stuff all in the stadium where you can go and place bets. It's crazy.
It's literally in every stadium.
It's crazy, but yeah, shout out Tony, man. Can't wait for him to come back. What Brentford versus
Chelsea.
Tottenham,
sorry.
I'm gonna go Brentford, man. I'm gonna go Brentford. Yeah.
Brentford's coming out that game with something.
Madison, just get me some
already.
I'm searching. I'm tracking everyone. I'm tracking all my players.
Brentford.
What would losing Kane do to Spurs?
Probably do what needed to be done 3 or 4
2
years
years
ago.
ago. Yeah. They've been rip off the band-aid because now it's mouldy. Like a couple seasons ago, if they ripped off the band-aid, it would have just bruised. It would have hurt, it would have bruised, but it would have healed. And this is why Tottenham, to me, will never be a big club. Because big clubs can recover from losing big stars. They're not so much scared. Yeah. It's happened to Arsenal several times. Happened to you a lot less, but you've dealt with it.
Lost for Di Maria. Can't believe we lost Di Maria.
No, when you lost for Ronaldo.
I was going to say, how did you get?
Yeah, I don't know why you picked him.
Di Maria. Hey, imagine we had a peak Di Maria in our team.
It was never going to be peak there. But the point is, a lot of teams lost big players.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, cool, it hurts. And we get over it after a couple months or after that window. But the way these have held on to Kane and squeezed him out, it's been to Tottenham's detriment and to Kane's detriment. No one's won from this. The only person that would have won is if he got the goal record. But we don't really care about the goal record. Like, it's a personal accolade. So how they're going to move on from Kane, it's really a Tottenham problem. Yeah. And because, like, I feel even Tottenham fans are bored of it right now. It's just like, let's move on from this saga because for the last 3 or 4 summers, it's always existed.
You know he's not going to sign the contract. And like, you're not probably going to be in contention to
hurry up and get it.
It's just poor
just do it.
Direction from Kane's brother, his agent, sorry. And it's poor direction from Daniel Levy. It's just poor all around. And it just affects Spurs because if they sold him that City time before Haaland when you were saying he should have gone or any other time previously and they got 100 mil, they just didn't trust themselves to be able to do well with that money.
Like, just rip it off, man. There's no point in keeping him there when you know he wants to leave. It's your last chance.
And now you won't even you won't be. I don't think you're good for it with that money anymore. Like, who you gonna get? You've got a week or so left now, and even at that, like, you should have just done it earlier.
Chelsea versus Liverpool. What an opening game!
What a game!
What a game! I mean, we say that, but
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. Can both these teams find their mojo this season?
Yes. Pochettino.
I think it's a great test for Poch. It's a great test for Poch. A great test for Chelsea fans. And I feel like you're going to be able... Normally you have like 3 or 4 games before it's like, okay, this one's the first test. The fact this is the first game and it's going to be a test for Chelsea fans and for Poch, I feel like you're going to get a good barometer of Chelsea's season or at least the characters of the players. And it's at home.
I think you're right in the sense that sometimes you just need to throw them into the fire. Like it seems like they've had a good.
They've had the best preseason out of all everyone.
Does anyone watch their games? Did they look?
They drew against Dortmund last minute.
But
equaliser.
Like in terms of having time with majority of the squad, that like it's not like they've had a lot of signings that are just kind of jumping in. I think they had Diassi that came in last week or whatever. But for the most part, they've had like the squad there with Pochettino, and it's just going to be a great chance like against a Liverpool team that are also not there, but again they're high,
yeah.
and it's going to be a good chance to see what Pochettino with a young we spoke about it before in terms of
good for them. It's at Stamford Bridge as well, but so they'll be able to gauge how uneasy the fans are and how patient the fans are.
Does Poch get a pass for his first season, or is there still pressure on him?
He's gonna get a pass.
Yeah,
it's a free hit for him.
He does the first season like
it's
whatever.
a free hit for him.
I still think huh?
But he was awful. He was abysmal, and he took Chelsea to places they haven't been before. So it's so.
He dragged them to hell.
Yeah, he took them to. He didn't get a pass because he took them to places they've never been before. Conte did it. Conte did it, but it was literally he did it himself. He burnt down the house himself. Potter was trying, and it just wasn't working. So yeah, he gets a free hit. Poch gets a free hit for the first season.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I think
if he comes sixth, he'll be fine.
I think
there's nothing better than that.
Even the first, like the first season on the first season on the Bowley was like mad chaotic, and I think they know they can't. Like if this was Abramovich and you've got that history of I can sack you, but I know I'm gonna get a manager that's gonna win me the Premier League within the next 2 seasons. I think that would have been calm, but Bowley, like you've literally just come in. Your first season was tragic. Like I think now he knows whatever happens, I have to stick with this guy because if I have to restart another project, they're gonna run me out of town, or it's just not it's not gonna fly. So I think Pochettino gets the first season, but after that, Chelsea's gonna be Chelsea.
Predictions?
Feels like this is a 2-2. I've predicted a lot of 2-2s.
Loads of draws.
Loads of draws. I mean,
Liverpool's gonna beat Chelsea.
Liverpool's gonna beat Chelsea.
Liverpool's gonna beat Chelsea.
I think so too.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Liverpool's gonna beat Chelsea.
I'm gonna go 3-2, man.
Liverpool's gonna beat Chelsea. 1-0.
3-2
1-0 Liverpool.
1-0 Liverpool.
Not
that Liverpool team is
Stamford
not conceding a goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
1-0 Liverpool.
3-2 Chelsea.
Fairs.
Put 10 on it.
No, you owe me £10 already. You can keep
Nah,
it.
you said I can keep it.
Keep the tenner.
I can keep
£10.
I can keep it.
Last but not least, Man United versus Wolves. As a United fan, Banks, what are your expectations for this season?
Win the Premier League. I'm so tired of going into seasons talking about top 4, talking about can we get top 4. I'm tired. It's time for me to be in my delusional era. Even if it's time for me to start saying we're gonna win the Premier League. Just say it. Sometimes you need to speak this shit into existence. That's all I can do.
You don't swear on?
Huh?
Nothing.
We don't swear?
No.
Sorry, producer. Huh?
When that started, but
Literally.
I'm joking. Go on.
But yeah, no, man. Like the squad is coming together in Ten Hag's image. Like he's getting the money, he's getting the players that he wanted. Mason Mount, as much as like a lot of United fans, including me, may have disagreed with it. It's the player he wanted. He wants to counter press. He wants to transition. He got Onana. He's going Højlund. Like these are players that he's wanted. So the team's being built in his image. I have to trust that the team he's building is not there yet, but the team he's building is going to take us to the Premier League. That's why the standard has to be go and win us the flipping Premier League. I'm not going for top 4. I'm not being happy 20 points away from City. It's enough. I've actually done 10. This is 10-year anniversary of, no, this was the 10th year of us since the last time we won the Premier League. It's actually enough now. It's actually it's enough. It's time for me to live in my delusional era. It's time for me to just say we're gonna win the Premier League. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it.
So what would be a good season for you? The Prem, anything else?
Everything. Give me everything.
Fairs.
Bro, there was a period last season.
Are United strong enough to compete on all 4 fronts?
Probably not, but we're gonna do it. We did it. We're gonna do it anyway.
What's the 4 fronts? Europa.
Well, don't do Europa.
No, but I'm saying if you
don't do Europa.
So if you drop out,
I'm gonna stop you there.
If you drop out Champions League and you go into Europa,
why are you prefacing it with us dropping into Europa?
It's inevitable.
It's
inevitable.
Stop talking about it's inevitable.
It's literally inevitable. You're not gonna drop into the Europa League.
Stop talking about it's inevitable. Stop talking about it's inevitable.
I think they'll be alright.
But the squad isn't good enough. But we did it last season where we took most things into the final. We went to the FA Cup final. We went to quarterfinals of Europa.
Just got over the line at the end.
But we ran out of gas because the squad wasn't there. Like in the end, we played too many games. Was relying on subpar players. This season, I have to again delusional, but I have to believe with the squad improving, we're going to be good enough to feature on or challenge on all 4 fronts. Yeah. Delusion, but I'm there for it. At this point, what else am I here for? I'm not here to just watch Man City win Premier Leagues and say, Liverpool didn't win. I'm tired of that. That's stopped being fun. It's not fun no more. I'm not having fun no more. I want to have fun again.
What are your predictions for the game?
I'm going to go 2-0. Wolves are not a good team, but at the same time, we're not great either. So
Old Trafford.
Yeah, 2-0.
You're not great, but you want to win the Prem.
Yeah, it's a process.
But he said delusion.
All right, cool.
Just let him live in his
this game, Wolves ain't getting a damn thing. Wolves probably getting relegated this season. Wolves gonna go 2-0. 2-0 Man United or 3-0 probably. Get one last goal in like the 90th minute.
Shout at me for predicting 2-0 and you predict the same
No,
thing.
but I didn't shout you. I said you said you're rubbish, but then you don't want to. I said, and then you said you're rubbish, but you don't want to win the Prem.
Season's indoor voice.
I feel like you raised the voice.
Indoor voice.
You didn't raise the voice.
One raise.
Apologise for putting that on you.
Must go massively.
We love accountability.
Apologies.
2-0, 2-0.
Wrong.
Fairs.
Don't interrupt her.
Anyways.
Stole her shoes and then decided to interrupt. What's wrong with you?
Do the thing, man.
Anyways, guys, that is all for our Game Week 1 preview. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, and we will see you soon.
Subscribe to the thing. Like it.
David De Gea, 7 shots on target.
He said
7
looking like he's trying to wing this one into
Let's
the
go! Oh, he's late it. It's him.